1.2 billion characters. That is the size of the instruction manual inside your cells, written in a chemical code that remains largely indecipherable. These instructions dictate the construction of 20,000 different molecular machines called proteins. But for 50 years, we lacked the means to translate those character strings into the physical objects they represented. A protein begins as a flat string of amino acids that must fold into a specific geometry to work. According to Levinthal's paradox, a single protein could theoretically adopt 10 to the 47th different shapes. A random search for the right fold would outlast the age of the universe, yet your body completes the process in microseconds. The fold creates a precise docking site. If the string misfolds by even a fraction of a nanometer, that site disappears. The machine fails, and the resulting debris can trigger diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. To understand these diseases, we had to see the shapes. The manual mapping is so slow that by 2021, we had solved the structures for less than 1 in 1,000 known proteins. We spent decades knowing the letters of life's alphabet, while the actual grammar of biology remained hidden. The turning point came when the same neural network architectures used to model human language and behavior were applied to biological sequences. Instead of English text, the systems were fed the evolutionary record, the billions of years of mutations and successes saved in the genomes of every living thing. By identifying which amino acids always mutated in tandem across different species, the AI identified the geometric rules connecting a sequence to its final shape. It didn't just find a pattern, it learned the spatial logic of biology. In late 2020, an AI system called AlphaFold 2 achieved a median accuracy score of 92.4, effectively matching the precision of an experimental lab. This chart shows the input, a single sequence alongside its evolutionary relatives. The evoformer calculates the relationship between every amino acid pair, finding the structural dependencies that force the fold. The output is 3D coordinates, stamped with a confidence score scientists can trust. DeepMind used this to predict the structures of 200 million proteins, virtually every protein known to science, releasing the entire database to the public. Led by Demis Hassabis and John Jumper, this work automated a discovery process that previously required years of specialized physical labor. The impact was so immediate and broad that it was recognized with the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. A 50-year scientific bottleneck was cleared by an algorithm, and the entire map of the protein universe was made available for free. With the protein problem solved, researchers scaled the technology to scan the entire human genome. As shown here, new DNA language models process the raw genetic sequence to understand the context of our biology. This led to AlphaMissense, a system that reviewed all 71 million possible single-letter mutations. It categorizes which specific typos are benign and which lead to disease. We have reached a point where AI can pinpoint the exact molecular errors responsible for genetic conditions. But the ability to read the code has led to a much more significant shift: the ability to write it. This is generative design. Models like RF diffusion act as molecular sculptors, denoising a random cloud of atoms into a novel protein backbone. Then another AI sequences it, and AlphaFold runs a final check to confirm it folds correctly in the real world. This is already impacting medicine. Pharmaceutical companies are currently using these synthetic designs in clinical trials for drugs that were designed entirely by software. Scientists are now designing de novo binders, custom-made proteins engineered to act as a physical trap for specific viruses, like the one shown here. We have moved from simply cataloging the biological molecules nature provided to synthesizing those it never created. However, these models still have blind spots. AlphaFold predicts a frozen snapshot, unable to capture the constant motion inside a living cell. Because AI can hallucinate physically impossible shapes, these predictions are just maps. Every design still requires physical testing in a laboratory. There is also the risk of dual use. The same computational power that designs a new cancer treatment could be used to author a lethal pathogen or a novel toxin. AI has modeled the internal mechanics of biology. Now it turns outward, using that predictive power to coordinate movement across the entire planet.